Hi guys, welcome back to Avery's World. Today I'm giving fun facts about crested geckos. As you know, I have one crested gecko. His name's Carl, and he's awesome. So I've done my research, and I am going to share it with you. So let's get on with the video. Okay, first, crested geckos eat fruit and meat. In other words, it's called an omnivore. So, like with my crested gecko, I like to feed him. So, like if I have fruit going bad and you don't want to throw it away and you don't want to waste it, I just give it to my lizard. So, like even like brown bananas, if it's too mushy, give it to your crested gecko and they'll love it. Honestly, like any fruit, he likes some mangoes, peaches, and bananas, and oranges sometimes. Um, so honestly, I don't think there's any fruit that they cannot eat. But before like giving it to him, I would research it. And some crested geckos so they like meat. They have to have meat in their diet. So some of them they could prefer both, but some prefer mealworms over crickets, or they prefer crickets over mealworms. Mine personally, both my leopard gecko and my crested gecko, they like um they like crickets. They really do not eat mealworms, so you'll just have to find out and see what your lizard likes. Number 2, crested geckos. The pricing range is $50 to $60. So they're a little expensive, but it's not too bad. Leopard geckos are more they're cheaper than crested geckos. They range up to $20 to $30. But yes, crested geckos are $50 to $60, depending on its color and stuff. Number 3, they live up to 10 to 15 years. So they live a long time. Both leopard and crested geckos live a long time. Just geckos in general, the breed gecko, like any gecko, they live a really long time for a reptile, like a lizard. So 10 to 15 years. If you take good care of your lizard, expect to have your lizard for 10 to 15 years. So, yeah, you have them for a long time. Number 4, crested geckos do not have eyelids. So, this part right here, I think you guys know what an eyelid is. But your eyelid, they can't blink because they don't have eyelids. So they have to so their tongue comes out of their mouth and they have to lick their eyeballs in order to keep it like moist and stuff and not dry like a dry eye. So they don't blink. They have to lick their eyeballs to see and stuff. It's kind of cool and a little creepy at the same time, but yeah. Their tail can pop off. So their tail gets long when they're full grown. Their tail can pop off if extremely frightened, or if you touch their tail firmly or you pull it, their tail will pop right off. So whatever you do, don't don't mess with its tail. I mean, you can pet it, but just don't I don't like touching my lizard's tail. I can touch my lizard in general, but if I bump into its tail, it's totally fine. But just don't pull or squeeze or touch it firmly because it can frighten them, and because they use their tail to climb trees and stuff. And so that's just a warning too. They love honey. They love honey. If you want to give your lizard a snack or like a dessert, give them raw honey. Raw honey specifically. They love it. So that's always fun for them when they want something to snack on. Not that a lizard needs a snack. It's a lizard, but you know what I mean. If you want to spoil them, you can give them honey. This type of lizard is known for making barking and squeaking noise. So like a dog. You know how a dog barks or like squeaks? Like my poodle over there, she squeaks. She makes this weird noise. It's kind of funny though. But yes, Carl. I have the only lizard that makes a squeaking noise. It's weird because some lizards will, and some crested geckos will, and some crested geckos won't. So Carl is the only crested gecko in the house that makes like barking and squeaking noises. It's kind of cool. But they'll make it when they're threatened or if they're hungry. So if you're hearing like a barking or a squeaking noise, it's probably your crested gecko. Or it could be your dog. I don't know, either one. Okay, they can change colors depending on mood or environment, so they're not like, it's not like a drastic change, like a chameleon. It's just sometimes, like, so for example, Carl is he's just brown. So sometimes he'll turn really, really light brown or like really, really dark to almost like a black color. So like depending on its original color, it'll go lighter or darker. But if, say for example, Carl, if you have a brown lizard, he's not going to turn red. He'll turn like a darker brown or a lighter brown. A common question is, how can I help my crested gecko poop if it's constipated? Feed them small amounts of food, and then when they have regular bowel movements, you can go to like normal amounts. So, question answered. How do I know if my gecko likes me? Your gecko, you'll know that your gecko likes you if he looks up at you and he wants to crawl all around you. That's how you know, but if he doesn't want anything to do with you, you got to work on your game. So, yeah. So, those were some fun facts about lizards, specifically crested geckos. So, thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe, like, and comment.